All right. Welcome to the Hip Hop Hustle podcast. I'm here. We're back for another episode. I'm super excited about my next guest, the one and only Narissa Boss Bay. You will have seen her doing some amazing things. I mean, you've had a very big 2023, to say the least. Two EPs you dropped this year. You have Shaded, the most recent, and then The Kitchen came out as well at the start of the year. You've got singles. I was like, is it stingy or stingy? I'm going to assume it's stingy. Um, yeah, okay, good. I was like, oh, please get that right. And then you got Participation as well that came out most recently. So yeah, it's been a pretty great year for you. And then you've got your own businesses going on the side as well. So yeah, I don't know how you manage to do it with all the time that it must take.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like sacrifices in some, areas of life, you know what I'm saying? But it's like when it's doing bad, it's your fault. When it's doing good, it's your credit, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I just try to go as hard as I can, Sometimes I burn that candle on both ends, but I'm working on it.
Well, you said sacrifices. What sacrifice are you talking about?
So okay, if we're being real, like if we're gonna be
Yeah.
transparent, like so my store is near the neighborhood I grew up in. And so like anytime that I feel like my store is like in jeopardy or like it's like doing bad, I like to go closer to my store and take away everything from like myself, you know what I'm saying, and just grind. My parents, like we grew up over there. I grew up over there, so we like Slauson, Crenshaw districts. And so basically, like my parents, we started off like on, like the more rough side. Then we went to the more like medium rough, and then now my parents they're still together. They have a house like in the affluent black area in Los Angeles, like the Slauson Hills, if you want to call it. Like Janae, she references it sometimes, but yeah, that's where they are. And sometimes I go there and I stay with them, and I just don't, have like a, nice apartment, like, and just be like outside, just, getting into shit, So yeah, that's a sacrifice, like going there so I can focus and like just take away all my distractions. It's kind of like a not a retreat, but like rehab, like kind of like when I go stay with my parents, because I kind of like just get back to myself a little bit, and I can like, regroup and reassess. So that's like a major sacrifice, because I feel like, my freedom, my boss bayness is like, but it's a sacrifice, and it's a part of the boss bay journey, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, blessed to even have that in my life where I can go to my parents' house and, regroup. So like, yeah, even when I watch the Kardashians and shit, Kim be staying at her mama house and shit. So I'm like, yeah, it's a part of the boss bay. It's a part of the boss bay story. You gotta balance it out. And so I feel like right now I'm just in a place where I want to buy real estate. My parents are big in real estate, so like I'm just trying to soak up all the game I can, you know what I'm saying? And put the boss bay level up a little higher, set the bar a little higher.
Yeah, for sure. Could you do me a favor? Can you put your phone on silent? I'm hearing the.
So this is my computer,
Oh, it's your
and
computer.
yeah, and I don't know how to even put her on silent, but I quit messages, so hopefully it just doesn't pop
I've.
up. Because if only way I can stop it is if I press mute on the whole computer.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Um,
I
but
go to
yeah,
setting. Yeah, hold on. Notifications. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, yes. Boom. Turn them on. There we go.
awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird though.
Sometimes it's my bling over here.
But it's weird, like, because I think, you know, being the boss bay personality 24/7, it must be exhausting though. So when you say things like that, where like you have time away, you go back to reality, you spend time with your family, it's kind of like good to reset, put things in perspective again, and have that
Yeah.
time out. Like, I don't like being the boss 24/7. I need my time to be like, hey, I want to chill. and I want to have balance in my life. I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to be the boss and be the persona that we're playing all the time. So it must be at least good for like mentally to just be able to reset and come back energized.
The good thing about like me and Boss Bay, like Boss Bay, the brand came from my real life as like, I was living it, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I'm always Boss Bay, and Boss Bay is what I say it is because it's me. So I don't really ever feel like I gotta live up to like something. I really don't feel like that, but it is like pressure to stay consistent and stay visible, you know what I'm saying? And that's the more difficult part, like not being as visible, and not being as like content creation, like, just taking that break away from like that. That's more of like the difficult part for me. But yeah, like maybe not showcasing myself as a brand is like difficult, but other than that, like I really don't feel like I have to like pressure myself to live up to nothing.
So how do you deal with the pressures though of the content creator?
I don't know. Like I don't know, because it is like sometimes, well, right now I just find myself just, like I'm thinking like my relationship with God is just more important right now. So I want to like get that, just all the way 100%, you know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like again, sacrifice is a part of like, good things coming. So that's where I'm at with it.
So interesting that you said that it's your relationship with God that you're working on. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I never know what to expect when I do interviews, but I for whatever reason didn't expect that to be like a really big priority. So now I'm interested in like why spirituality and why connection to that is a priority for you.
Because I always just I feel blessed and I feel grateful, and like I feel sometimes I feel so blessed and so grateful that I feel like it's like this little piece of glass that's just gonna crack, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like the only thing that can either strengthen it or prepare me for any cracks is my relationship with God. So that's kind of like how I see it, and I just feel like that's it's like if somebody is doing for you and giving to you, you know what I'm saying, and you want to have a strong relationship, you want to like, you want to nurture it, because I've given to people and I've, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure you've given to people and it's not reciprocated or whatever. And it's just like, it's a whack feeling. So I don't want God to feel like that about me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what you put out into the world, you get in return. I feel I'm very big believer in like the energy that you give and
Right.
the
That's how I
value
feel.
that you give. Yeah.
I feel like it's unlimited. Like it can just come out of me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's so weird. I think the older you get, the more introspective you start to become and the more you
It's
start to
true.
look at it.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
clearly working for you so far. So, I mean, I'm always like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, like I'm working on a project right now. It's pretty good. It's I'm working on it with Mike and Keys and Mars. These producers out of LA, they're really fire. So I'm in good hands and we're making some fire shit.
Do you have timelines on that project?
Um, I had see now that's that pressure. That's what I hate. The
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
But no, we're just working. I think definitely 2024. So it's gonna be, early 2024, and it's gonna be a vibe. Yeah.
Hey, you can't blame me. I've been doing this for just a little while. I know as soon as I hear project, I have to ask timelines. I know your fans are going to be like, when's new music? That's the challenge of a fan is like, no matter
Yeah.
how good the last song was, they always want the next one.
Right. That's why I feel like with me, I like to do my projects like, I really like to like focus on the art of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like even like down to the pictures and the videos. Like I really like to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to rush that on some like gotta be consistent, gotta be consistent, gotta be consistent. Like I just feel like I want to have the music like on some like this shit is like no, this shit is some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like this gonna hit for sure. It's undeniable. That is what I want to have for this next project. So I'm like, I'm not even on no rushy rush, but yeah.
Yeah. Is it an album or an EP?
It's like it's an EP. A
Yeah.
good 7 songs. I think I'm gonna do a good 7.
Yeah. 7 tracks. I mean, you're pushing album length at 7 tracks.
Yeah. 7 is cute though. I think that I think 7 is good.
Well, it's good news for my brother. He's born on the 7th. So he'll be like, well, it's cute. And to be fair, he loves saying cute. That's what that's the way he describes anything these days is like everything's cute. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I like a good I use a lot of different adjectives, but cute is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Do you find that like, your vocabulary has evolved and therefore your music has evolved with like as time goes on, you start being more flexible with words, you start to become better at expressing yourself, and then obviously you can put that into your music.
Yeah, for sure. But I think just with anything like practice, you just start to get better and better. Cause like I'll write before, like I will like record it, like cause I record myself. So I was so happy I was recording myself that I was just like whatever came out, I was like, yeah, this is it right here. Like, and so now like I'll record the first one and then I'll come through that, and then I'll come through that, and then I'll come through it again and like try to make different words that's just are like real blatant or real out there. I try to like give it more of a, give it more of an analogy, a bar, something figurative, like not, like take a cuss word out and like say it better, stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah,
I felt-
the more I talk to people like yourself, the more it reminds me how difficult it is to be a musician and to be a rapper and to have the bars. I mean, as difficult as this is to a lot of people, all I do is talk on this show. And to me, that is like the easiest thing in the world. Is just all I get to do is have conversations, and that is like the most fun. But for y'all to actually be thinking very critically about what content you have, about what word fits where, about coming in and changing it. Like, I think a lot of people take that for granted.
yeah, it's really like it's kind of you just have to really focus on it, like your branding, like your aesthetic, your just everything that you want to put out to the world. I feel like you have to really like think about it because it's gonna be up there forever. And you just gotta like think about how you want people to like remember you. And that's what I think about the most too. That keeps me being like, don't want them to see this. Like, don't have to be my story.
Do you think about how you want to be remembered often?
Yeah, I think I do. Yes, for sure. I feel like it's a part of what I do, and why I do it. It's like my legacy for sure. So I think about it a lot.
I mean, that walks straight into my next question, which is what do you want to be remembered for? Like if you had to cast the crystal ball 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line and you get to look back at your career and obviously you've accomplished whatever you've accomplished, what does that look like and how do you want to be described?
So I definitely will want to be remembered for inspiring, like and motivating, like people to execute shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I want to be a model citizen for that, and also for helping people like on some selfless Mother Teresa shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I really feel like I do that like on a daily out the kindness of my heart, just like that's how I live my life. But I want to definitely be remembered for that. And for being a bad bitch, one of the baddest. Okay. Going down in history as one of the baddest, period. So and for making people laugh too. Like, yeah, like I want to introduce my comical side of my music into this new era. So that's coming too. Like basically I did like this, like Little Dicky.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, so I feel like I have a little small EP that's kind of like it's kind of like that kind of vibe, but it's more me, It's not really him, but it's like in a sense of like rapping on some other shit.
Yeah.
Not the typical shit.
Yeah. I love that. I mean,
But it's
yeah. I think that's so I love that like there are artists that are willing to do that and that are like willing to like push the boundaries of what like hip hop is and rap is and it doesn't have to be the traditional
have
subjects.
to be traditional stuff, but like I'm gonna definitely put out some shit that's like, funny as fuck, shocking all vibes right before I, come through with or at the same time. I haven't decided yet, but I want to introduce my comical music in this next phase of Narissa for sure.
Well, I got to say, I never expected you to use the phrases Mother Teresa shit and badass bitch together.
Yes, because imagine if Mother Teresa was bomb as fuck. We will remember her a little bit more, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know if she was not saying that she wasn't bomb like that, but she was a nun. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't given that. It wasn't given like, I'm here to be a badass bitch.
Yeah. I wonder how I'm sure they, even if she was, she wouldn't speak that way back in those
No,
days. Yeah.
say a fox.
Foxy lady.
Fox lady.
Although,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I was just like, oh, she would probably be Mother Fox, maybe. They'd change her name.
I could call me Mother Fox.
Hey, that's your alter ego. Hello, look at us creating.
That's Narushka. That's me. Okay.
I mean, because what I read about you, obviously before was you're the middle of five kids.
No, that's
No,
not. I don't
that's
think you
not
read that.
true. I read that on
No.
your Spotify.
Really?
Yeah,
Five? Yeah, they messed that up then.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I have it's basically three of us. Because my mom, she raised her sister's son, so he grew up with us, but
Mm.
I have a younger brother. My parents, they have two kids, me and my younger brother, and then they raised my older brother. So I'm kind of the middle child, but I'm kind of the older sister at the same time.
So, do you have the middle child vibes, or do you like feel like the older
It's
sibling?
kind of no, not really, because my older brother, he's LGBTQ, SPHS, all that stuff. Yeah. And yes, like he growing up with him was crazy, okay? It was like having a sister, a brother, like it was very funny, first of all. So I grew up very like laughing, very loud, okay? And then my younger brother, he kind of did his thing, you know what I'm saying? But we're close in age too. So, but then I would be like an older sister too to my older brother, because it was just like he needed me to, snatch him. He needed me to snatch him into a reality a couple times.
Why? What was going on?
Nothing, just life, growing up, like just growing up, and it's like growing up gay, and trying to figure out, how you gonna come out. That's a whole thing. Like that was a whole era, like that. So I just kind of was like, girl, it's cool. Like, I'm gonna love you the same. Shit, come on out.
How was
So that
that
was cool.
for your brother? Like, obviously, it's not a community that I grew up with, and
Yeah.
obviously, not, obviously, different countries, different cities. But how was that for him growing up?
He was just, it was hard. Like he fought it for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like he fought it for a while, and he just ended up having to his true self just took over, you know what I'm saying? His real self just came into play. Like when he was in like the ninth grade, he was just like, this is me. Like, and I'm just, like ninth, 10th grade, he was like, I'm not fucking pretending no more. Like I gotta just be myself. So that just, I think that's what did it for him.
Yeah. And how were you? How was your family about that? I'm sure they were
My parents
supportive.
were like happy, yeah, happy
Yeah.
that he came out and he can be himself. Like life just kind of, it just like he went from being like resistant and just like not fucking with nobody, you know what I'm saying, to like we was all able to be like, yes, okay, now that we got that out the way,
Yeah.
let's keep living. Like, what's up? Like, you know. So it was cool, like, cause we just wanted him to be able to be himself. So I
Yeah.
feel like I was happy when he came out. I was very happy.
Yeah, I think it's liberating. Like you feel you have this secret that you have to hide. You don't know how people will react. And everyone's
Exactly.
heard stories of like poor reactions from people, and everyone's heard all these things. So it must have been just relief, like a weight is lifted
Yeah,
off the shoulders.
it was definitely giving weight lifted off shoulders. Definitely giving weight lifted off shoulders because that it's just a lot. Like trying to hide that it's just too much.
Yeah. I mean, I am thankful that we're in a world that like you can just be you, and people are
Yeah,
just like, yeah, you do you, man. Like you, whatever you want to do, whatever that is, you do you.
do it to the fullest.
Yeah. And then,
Okay,
well, that's what you're doing. So
I am. You just made it. You made it sound real good. Like I liked how you made it. I love that. So yeah, I'm like I did put out two mixtapes. You're right.
yeah, I mean, can I be honest? No one thinks about the work that they do, and then they come on the show, and I'm like, "This is what you did," and they're like, "Oh wow, you made it sound so good," and I'm like, "I just wrapped it up in a neat little bow. I did nothing. You did all the work."
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
Thank
Well,
you for
you're
that.
very welcome. But yeah, does that mean that you've got high expectations of 2024 in terms of the next things that you're going to be ticking off?
I really don't like expectations. The expectation word is just not one of my words. I'm just going with the flow, you know? And I'm trying to turn the flow up a little bit and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm going with the flow. I just want to stay blessed and stay prayed up and just stay focused and I want to get more into my therapy bag in 2024. So I know that's going to turn me up. So yeah.
Tell me more about the therapy bag. I want to know
I
what
just
that
feel like
is.
I need to find a good one. I've tried like four different people, and it's like I'm still not there yet. I still haven't found my person. Like, my therapist that I'm like, yes, bitch, we gonna get through this, or yes, sir, we gonna get through this. I haven't found that person yet, so I'm still looking. And I'm gonna find them.
What type of person are you looking for? Maybe we can find it through the show.
I really don't know. Like I don't know if I want it to be a man or a woman. I feel like I just need to meet them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe an older woman or maybe a younger woman, younger man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like
What's
I
the
just when I meet them, I'll know.
what's the vibe you're looking for? Like what is
Somebody
the energy?
um I need like to do the work. You know what I'm saying? I need to do the work. So I need harsh truths and things
Mm,
like that. And I need somebody that's not gonna be like babysitting me in a way. So yeah, I need somebody a little stern.
yeah. Yeah. It's
Cause
funny.
I
I had a similar conversation with my friends literally yesterday. I was in Sydney to visit one of my friends, and I was like, "Hey man, if you ever feel like I'm not doing the right thing, I need you to call me out on it. I never want to be in a position where you don't tell me and then you think about it. I'm like, tell me, I'm going to react poorly. Heads up. I'm not going to take it well, but I need you to
me,
tell me. And then,
me and my friend, we got a code word for that. It's called cutthroat.
yeah.
I need a harsh truth. I'll be like, bitch, cutthroat, cutthroat. Like what is it giving? Cutthroat, please just cutthroat me. And so it gives that free space for your friend to be like, all right, bitch, I'm not feeling that. Like, or like it gives that open communication.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely need it. And I'm like, prepare for a bad reaction, but know that I'm very appreciative and that like 2 days later, I'm going to be like, thank you. I needed to
Yeah,
hear that and I needed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how do you deal with cutthroat truth?
I'm when I'm ready for it, I take it in, because 9 times out of 10, I already know it's the truth. Like,
Mm,
so yeah.
that's what it is, I think. You get called out on your bullshit that you already know, and then you have to deal with it.
Yep. And it's like, ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. You're right. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. It's all a part of the growing process. It's all a part of the boss bait energy. You know what I'm saying? Like getting better and better. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. Well, I started writing every day this year. That was like my New Year's resolutions, which I never do New Year's resolutions because I can never keep them. But this year I was like, I'm going to do a thought a day for 365 days of the year. And it's been so good. Like it's been so helpful to like write things down.
Oh yeah. The other day my mom was cleaning the garage and she found my journal from one of my journals. I always journal. So I keep a lot of journals. I got a whole library full of them from just me growing up. And I found one of them, but it was like Polaroids in there and it was like stories next to them and just all types of stuff like what I was going through at the time like and where I was living and then it was just so crazy. I was just reading it like it was a book because it was just so fucking so yeah.
Was there anything that you were like, oh, yeah, I can't believe I thought that? Or anything that surprised you reading it again?
Yes, of course. I was like, first of all, I recorded my first studio session, like when I wasn't basically because I had been recording myself for like a year and a half, 2 years, and I always used to go to the studio, so I had recorded like wrote down like the mood of my first session out back out the house or whatever. I recorded. I went to Philly. I took a trip to Philly and I wrote down every food place that I ate and the vibe that was in there. So that was lit. And when I put down what I ate, it was good. Like it was like a little yelp, but it was like a story. It was so cool. I was like, this is just so cool.
Yeah. I mean, you must have been like, it's me, but it's just a younger version of me. Just like it's weird. I'm
But
the
a thought a
same
day, so
person.
I like that. A thought a day,
Yeah.
that's bomb. You can sell that as a book at the end of the year. Like,
That's what I
just
was
like
actually thinking about. I was like, I don't know if it'll be a book, but I don't know until it's finished. And I haven't
right.
reread any of the days. Like I've just written and then I let go and then, but I have an idea of like, I have
Or if like a little book, made a little book for somebody else to write their thought a day. You know what I'm saying?
that is
Like
a
a
good
little,
idea.
boss babe idea, just
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
This is magic. I'm gonna have to consult you on my book publishing deals. Because I also had the idea to if I will. I had the idea also to do the audio book, but to do it from the perspective of like a man and then a perspective of a female, and then have two different voices and change the genders. I'm actually, when I write, I'm very careful. I don't really put many genders. I don't reveal my gender in it. I don't, because I like the idea that anyone could read it and feel like, okay, that could be me. So I have the idea of like, if I was to do an audio book, I'd have like a female voice and a male voice, and then you could choose which one you wanted to listen to.
Right. That's cute. I like that. That sounds cute. For Valentine's Day, put it
Yeah.
out like
I mean, I got to
mm.
finish. It's not that long left. I got like, bless you, I got like 30 odd days to go or something like that.
A sneezy little thing.
Hey, it happens. Yeah.
The Santa Ana winds over here it's been windy and a little cold. So it's been like
Yeah.
Rudolph.
What is winter like in LA?
We don't really have winter. It's just cold. It just gets colder and then it warms back up when everybody else is kind of warming back up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, lowest is like 45. I feel like it goes. It's
Okay.
been low before, like 41, and we'd be like, wait, what? Ain't this LA? So yeah.
Yeah. But no snow.
No, like it snowed not far from LA though. Like last year it got really cold and it snowed over there. I'm like, woo, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it feels like very Australia-esque, the LA weather.
But you guys have like winter in the summer, like
Yeah.
don't you? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we're heading
cool.
into summer now, and I'm so excited for the sun, and to be honest, everyone's like, everyone gets used to like a cold Christmas. For us, Christmas is hot. It is so good. Just the Aussie Christmas is so good.
Wow. Okay, I hear that. That's what's up.
Yeah, you're
Our
gonna.
Christmas is really warm too. That's what's crazy. We usually have a warm Christmas. Like everybody be outside with their stuff that they got. Like, where
Yeah,
we at? Where we at? Yeah. It's never like, ooh, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know. Yep.
yeah. Can I ask you about your lashes, your lash store, the Lash Trap?
hmm What do you want to know?
I want to know what made you start it.
Because I wanted to like do something that I could reach women and also like get money like on my own, you know, without having a job and do my music at the same time, you know. So I thought it was like a win-win, but I never wanted to do hair. Like it wasn't for me, but the lashes was just like I just was feeling that. Like it was like the lashes was like I don't know. Like it was more me. It was more my style. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up liking it when I tried it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do. I got fired, and then I just did a special, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Because how long have you had those stores now?
So I've had my store on Slauson for 5 years. In February, it'll be 5 years. And then I've had just the Lash Trap for 8 years, 9 years, 8 years. Yeah, 8 years now.
Wow,
hmm
congratulations. I mean, you're getting into like territory of like long-term successful business.
Yes, yes, I'm coming through. I'm coming up on that. We survived COVID, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was good. Yeah. I'm just trying to stay elevating. I'm trying to get another location, you know. Yeah, possibly
What
open
what do you
back our
think what do you think made it successful? Like when you look back on the journey, what do you think? Because like everyone loves the idea of starting a business. Everyone likes the idea of being their own boss. Everyone likes the idea, but like the amount of planning, the risk that it takes in terms of you got to invest money, time, energy, and you never really know. You hope that it becomes successful, but you never know. When you look
right.
back, what do you think it was that allowed you to be successful?
Um, I think like you said earlier, going back to that, the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So I always just had good energy going into my business and going into my clients, you know what I'm saying? And whether they was regular clients or celebrity clients or like first time or all the time, I try to treat everybody, the same, whether they what no matter what they are, and treat them like I would want to be treated. Like, and that's what keeps the business going, honestly. And then even like my employees, I give them a lot of my contractors, I just give them a lot of freedom. I give them a lot of space. I give them a lot of, just perks to where they can, do their thing and get their hustle on within my hustle and everybody win and everybody eat. And I just keep the same vibes going with everybody. And that's really what make it successful, honestly.
Because do your contractors, do they how do they make money? Because I know because I'm like best friends with my barber, so I know that obviously they have their my barber has their own seat in like in a place, and they get obviously they pay rent, but they also make their own money through the shop. Is that a similar setup to Lashes?
Yeah, so there's no booth rent at my store. All my artists are commissioned. So it's kind of like a record label for artists, you know what I'm saying? But lash artists. But it's not a record label, it's a beauty label, kind of if you think about it like that. Um I give them clients, I supply everything, I supply the place, and everybody makes commission off of the art that they do at my store.
That is such a cool way to describe it.
Yeah, that's how I think of it. So, and I tie in my beauty to my music. I feel like I always use the term BMF, like the show, and like the movement back in the day, because it's like beauty, music, fashion. That's what I do. So beauty is like the Lash Trap for me right now, and everything that goes into that. And then music would be like just all my music, and fashion is my clothing line, Squeeze In. So I have like a clothing brand called Squeeze In. We do vintage stuff, we do boutique stuff, and we have like cut and sew and also like accessories coming soon. So basically, yeah, I just got an office downtown in downtown LA to, turn that up in a photo studio. So basically I have like Boss Bay Studios, Boss Bay Beauty Studios. You can rent like a booth at my store if you want to. But I also have commission artists, and then we have like the recording studio coming soon too. So I'm just working on everything like around, me, to make it just like so my life just makes sense for like what I like to do.
Do you feel like that's music these days? That music help facilitates, or it helps facilitate the rest of the entrepreneurial spirit? Like that, it
Yeah,
feels like more and more musicians are branding outside of just music. They're doing their own businesses. They're doing their own hustles. They're like really building business
yes, and
empires.
I've been doing this. Okay, I've been doing this when everybody was trying to get me to come to the studio and rock out and be a poor little artist. I was like, baby, I got to get this money. Okay, I'm gonna do my music and I'm gonna do it how I want to do it, baby. But I know for a fact I'm not going to be no broke artist. Like I can't see that. Like I don't want to at no stage of this shit. I don't want that. And so I was able to, do my business and do my business and stand on business, you know. So and I'm still standing on business, period.
Well, let me ask you, how many broke artists do you think are out there?
In the beginning of their artistry, it's a
Yeah.
lot. Like it's a lot.
What about people who feign money? Like I obviously have spoken to many people and they're like, that money isn't all theirs. They pretend, but it's
Oh,
not
pretend.
real.
Oh, it's a lot of
Yeah.
pretenders, but I don't know. I can't even say. I don't even pay attention. I really half the time don't pay attention to a lot of stuff because I'm trying to like I said, work on the relationship. Like I don't go to none of the. I really try not unless one of my friends sends me some blog shit. I really don't go to all that stuff. Like I try to just stay on my shit, stay focused. That's where I'm at with it.
I think that is the only way you can be. I mean, Lil Wayne recently came out with an interview and he was saying that like I don't really listen to anyone else's music. I just do my own thing because I just go into the studio and I can't be influenced. I just do whatever I want to do and put it out.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I feel them because it's just like you can't get distracted or accidentally have something in your head that like the brain is tricky, so it'll easily go in like, and it's like no, I don't want that influence in my music. I just want to do my thing. So yeah, I feel him on that.
Yeah.
But me myself, I listen to other music because I like to vibe out. So
Well, how do you feel about the music industry at the moment? I think this is always a weird time. Everyone, the Spotify, recaps come out, and then everyone starts talking about like, yeah, well, the Spotify recap is out, but you don't make any money off Spotify, and everyone hates Spotify. But then everyone promotes the Spotify recap, and it's like this weird. I don't know. There's a weird energy that always comes into the back of the year, and maybe I'm feeling it more this year than ever. But it feels like the music industry wants a transition, like artists want to transition to something that makes more financial sense. And then there is
yeah,
just like this hold.
the music is not making no money like that. That's why, because the streams, it's the streaming. Like, but I sold my project Shaded. I sold it on my website for $20, and it came with like a digital booklet. So essentially it's like a digital product. And I sold it myself to my fans, you know what I'm saying? So people who is like proud to pay, you know what I'm saying? And I've made more money in the first week doing that than I did with the streams in the first week of the streaming. You know what I'm saying? So it just be like, it's kind of like a mind fuck, but it's like at the end of the day, that's where it's at. That's where they got us. I think we need a music strike, to be honest. Like the writers did a strike. And I feel like we could get what we want a little bit more out of the situation, because I just feel like 1 million streams, you get $5,000 like that. How does that make sense? Because 1 million people want to listen to your shit, just like, back in the day, if 1 million people wanted to go pay $5 for your single, like you would get $5 from 1 million people. Like, and then everybody would split that up. So I don't know, like, and it needs to be split up the right way, because it's giving slavery. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I told you can say whatever you want on this show.
Okay. Because I'm like, no, it's giving. Y'all need to get it together. We need a strike. Yeah, that's what I feel like we need.
Yeah. How do you think that would work? I think because when I look at the film and the writing industry, they have obviously a writers guild. So to become a writer, you have to join the guild, and it's almost like there's a community of them. Musicians. And I feel like all
the musicians who are the top musicians making the top, doing the top shit, the A-listers, it needs to start there. Everybody needs to fucking strike. Like, and just maybe like no music, or I don't know. Maybe like no music, or everybody remove their music for like a year or some crazy shit like that. I gotta think it through. I haven't thought this strike through yet, but I'm in the beginning phases of getting it together.
Well, this is the platform to think it through. Like we can do it right here. So, I mean, because I think the scary thing about the music industry is there are so many people who want to make it that it's easy to replace. Like it feels like at the moment that the fear that I would have about striking, unless you get, as you said, all the A-listers striking, is that if there is someone who decides not to, they can easily be replaced. They've got, everyone talks about label plans. Everyone talks about how if a label wants you to do big, they put money behind you and you will do big. And so I think that is scary for a lot of artists. You're back.
I'm back, y'all. My freaking computer died.
I was going to say, as soon as they started hearing about our strike talk, that's when they were like, shut that shit off.
I know, it was crazy. Anyway, yeah. That wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the strike talk, and mind you, I thought it was plugged in. So anyway, long story short, we're going to strike still. Don't cut us off. That's just what it is. But yeah, I need to actually go soon too.
All right.
Because I have another thing at 2:00. But what time is it out there? Isn't it like, what time is it in Australia?
It's 10 to 8 in the morning.
Okay. So you up early with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to make your life easier by so I very much know I'm, like you said, you got to hustle to make your dreams come true. And if all I have to do is get up early in the morning to make my dreams come true, that's not a huge trade-off to me.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Well, because I know you are short on time, there is only one question I do plan on the show. It's the only question that I prepare. So hopefully it's a good one. But if you had to recommend one album that everybody should listen to at least once to get an appreciation of, cannot be your own music, but can be any genre of music, what would it be?
It would definitely be Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle.
There we go.
Get into that.
Why? What does that project mean for you?
It's very motivational. It's very it's a good story, and it's just really motivational. It'll get you going.
Yeah, well, now we know why you boss so hard is because you're listening to Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, I mean, I think it's clearly working, and then you're going to be able to do your Victory Lap at the end. You're going to be.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I said, obviously aware and appreciate you giving up your time to come through. We're definitely going to have to wait and see you hopefully tour down under in Australia You can.
Yes, I'm coming down there. Y'all better save a seat for your girl, period. Because I'm pulling up to Australia because I really need to come down there because I have I've been supposed to come down there for a long time. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. Australia, I'm pulling up. We're gonna do a little, we're gonna turn it up because yeah, I just have a lot of actually I have a lot of supporters in Australia. Like they be hitting me up. So I'm like, no, I actually do need to pull up. I'm gonna announce some stuff in 2024 though. Like I'm coming through.
Awesome. Let me know. We can do this in person. We'll have zero tech issues, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, I keep telling everybody, everyone sells out shows here. Everyone does. Because we Australians know that when you tour, it's not going to be for a while before you come back. So they want to make sure that it's worth your while. Because if you come and you don't sell,
yeah.
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 So,
okay.
Yeah, that's a good announcement for the Aussies. You come in 2024. We're going to, once we put that out in the universe, it's got to happen. It's got to be real.
I'm telling y'all, I'm coming. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have a good boss moment.
We'll also stay tuned for a project coming early 2024 as well. Obviously, the one and only Narissa came through Boss Bay. 2 EPs, as we said, came out this year. The Kitchen, the Shaded EP, most recent one. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to plug? Anything else you wanted to shout out before we wrap it up?
Yes. Go ahead and down to squeezin.com, SKWEEZINN.com. We got some new vintage pieces on there. We got some new stuff dropping. It's very cute, very chic, very sexy. Yeah, so pull up on us over there at Squeeze In. And also go listen to my last few songs that I just put out. Go get in tapped in with my category. My catalog. And yeah, just stay on your shit. Don't quit, turn it up every single day, one day at a time. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. Boss Bay all day, and it's what the heck I gotta say.
I couldn't have said it better myself, even if I tried. So thank you. That's going to keep me motivated all day.
Yes, please stay motivated. That's the main ingredient, motivation.